Most business owners think their payroll is too high, and honestly, most of the time they're right. But how do you actually know? How do you know what the problem is? Why is your payroll so high? What levers to pull to lower that payroll? Well, today I'm going to show you exactly how to investigate this and which numbers you should be looking at. My name's Abby Johnson. I'm CEO of Matterhorn Business Development and a Profit First professional, and I've worked with business owners in over 50 different industries to improve their profitability. So I've seen it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right, let's talk about what's draining your bank account every month: payroll. I'm not here to tell you to fire people. That's not the point. The point is, let's look at the actual numbers and what they mean. Most business owners just see that dollar amount coming out of the account. They might feel stressed about it, they might feel okay about it, but either way, they just move on with their day, and that's part of the problem. So let's take a look at this. Let's say your payroll is $30,000. Is that good or bad? $30,000 is a lot of money, but we can't know if that is good or bad or high or low if we aren't looking at it in comparison to the revenue. So if your payroll is $30,000 but your revenue is $60,000, I'm going to tell you that's not good. That's 50% of your revenue going to payroll. Now, if your payroll is $30,000 but your revenue is $150,000 per month, that's only 20%. You actually probably can afford to hire some. This is the same $30,000 we're talking about, but it paints two very different pictures, right? So we can't just look at the dollar amount. We can't just look at how it makes us feel or if it's painful or not painful. We have to just look at the hard facts, which is the percentage of the revenue. Now, clients come to Matterhorn a lot of the times for financial problems. They're stressed, they're low profit, they want to increase their margins, and they can't figure out why. But I have to look at each business to see why this particular business is constrained in cash, feeling stressed about cash, has a low profit margin, has a negative profit, whatever it may be. I have a new client right now, and when I looked at his finances, the first thing I looked at was payroll, and it's 52% of his revenue. And he is a product-based business, so another 25% is going towards the actual product itself. That only leaves 25% left for other expenses and profit. So no wonder he is underwater, right? Hey, really quick before I go any further, if you're watching this thinking, yes, this is totally my business, I want you to stop right now before you watch the rest of this video. Click the link below and download our free cash map. This is a template you can fill out with your numbers, and it's going to show you where the financial drain is coming from, what are you actually profiting or not profiting, and where your business should be. So click the link below, download your cash map today, and find out how to get on the path to profitability. All right, so now we know what the problem is. Payroll is too high, and this is usually for one of three reasons. The first reason is that you have the wrong people on your team. The wrong person is usually slower, not as efficient. Maybe the quality of their work is not as good, or maybe they're doing great work, but they stir up drama, which confuses and disturbs everyone else and their productivity so that the output is not where it should be. The second reason that your payroll could be high, and most people tend to jump to this one right away, but it is less common, is that your labor costs have gone up, but your prices have not gone up. So I do like talking about price increases. I do deep dive analysis on this with my clients to see what they can afford to increase. A lot of people have waited too long to increase their prices and do need to, but this is a tricky one. I don't want you to blame everything on this alone. It's usually not the cure-all for a high payroll percentage. The third reason you could have a high payroll percentage is because you don't have any systems in place. This can lead to everyone having slow, inefficient work. Maybe you have really great people and they're enthusiastic and they want to do the work, but everything still comes back to you, or they're doing double work that no one has corrected and taking longer to do something that could be done in less time. So it's really important to start getting systems in place, not just because it's a fancy word or the hype thing to do, but because it actually will save you money in payroll and help your employees get more done in less time. This is exactly what we do here at Matterhorn Business Development. We start with the finances, we start with cash management and profitability and pricing, because that is the core. You need profit in order to run the engine of your business. Then we're going to make sure you have all the systems in place you need to be as efficient as possible. This means having having a proper organization of roles and tasks in the business. This means proper planning of strategy and action. How are we actually going to move the business forward? This means having the right statistics to monitor so you know on a week by week basis what is working and what is not working. And then lastly, we make sure that your team is empowered to actually make decisions. Full delegation is in place. Company policies are in place so that your employees can go and operate without you hovering over them or having to answer a question every second of the day. So these are the systems we help put in place, and it's a lot. It can sound overwhelming. So what I want you to do is to start at the beginning. And the first thing we start with is your profitability and your finances. Let's find out exactly where you stand right now, where's your money going versus where you should be for your revenue level of business. To do this, all you have to do is click the link below and download our free cash map. Get your template today, and I will see you in the next video.